Tesla is no longer expected to manufacture electric vehicles in India, despite months of speculation, government engagement, and direct discussions involving CEO Elon Musk. This was confirmed by H.D. Kumaraswamy, the Union Minister for Heavy Industries, in what marks the clearest public acknowledgement yet that negotiations between the Indian government and the American EV giant have effectively collapsed. The minister stated that while several global automakers have responded positively to India's new EV manufacturing scheme, Tesla is not among them. Mercedes-Benz, Škoda Volkswagen, Hyundai, and Kia have shown interest. Tesla, we are not expecting from them, Kumaraswamy said during a media interaction. He further clarified that Tesla is now considering a far less ambitious presence in India, potentially opening just 2 retail showrooms, but has no plans to establish a manufacturing base. This development draws a curtain on a long-running and closely watched courtship between the Indian government and Tesla, one that included high-level meetings, policy adjustments, and public optimism. For years, Tesla had expressed interest in the Indian market, but negotiations have continually stalled over issues such as import duties, localization requirements, and infrastructural challenges. Tesla's participation in the initial discussions around India's new EV policy signaled hope. The Modi government, aiming to position India as a manufacturing hub for electric mobility, introduced a scheme that slashed import duties for companies willing to commit a minimum of $500 million in investment and begin local manufacturing within 3 years. The incentives were designed to attract global EV players and accelerate domestic adoption of clean transport. While Tesla's top brass, including Elon Musk, had met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and expressed intent to explore opportunities, the company ultimately did not join later rounds of discussion under the formalized EV policy framework. Officials involved in the process have since indicated that Tesla's reluctance was tied to India's insistence on local production and the time-bound nature of policy commitments. Tesla's hesitance was likely also influenced by its ongoing strategic priorities. The company is currently focused on ramping up production at new gigafactories in Mexico and Germany, while also navigating complex market dynamics in China and the US. In such a landscape, committing large-scale investments in a market as complex as India may have seemed premature or logistically difficult. The Indian government's offer, though ambitious, required a firm timeline. A foreign EV maker would need to set up domestic manufacturing within 3 years and invest at least $500 million to qualify for reduced import duties. Tesla had previously pushed for a reduction in duties without committing to a manufacturing timeline, a stance that led to a stalemate. India, in contrast, has remained firm in its "Make in India" approach, refusing to extend preferential treatment without long-term commitments. Kumaraswamy's statement puts to rest months of speculation. Despite occasional reports hinting at progress, including rumors of Tesla scouting sites in Maharashtra and Gujarat, the company's strategic silence and absence from formal follow-ups told a different story. Insiders now confirm that Tesla quietly stepped back from active participation several months ago. What makes this development particularly significant is the broader context of India's EV ambitions. The Modi administration has set aggressive targets for electrifying transportation, reducing emissions, and cutting fuel imports. The government views local manufacturing as essential to achieving these goals while also creating jobs and driving technological innovation. The list of companies showing interest under the new scheme is not without prestige. European and Korean carmakers such as Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, Škoda, Hyundai, and Kia have reportedly entered negotiations, with some exploring joint ventures or land acquisition for plants. These firms appear more willing to meet the local production requirement and align their strategies with India's policy direction. In contrast, Tesla's approach, at least for now, seems more cautious. Industry observers suggest that Tesla may prefer to test the Indian market through imports and limited retail before committing to the complexities of local manufacturing. If its showroom plans proceed, the company could import a small number of vehicles for high-end buyers, sidestepping the local duty benefits altogether. This path, however, risks ceding early mover advantage to rivals. With competitors like Hyundai, Tata Motors, and Mahindra aggressively pushing EV offerings tailored to the Indian market, Tesla's absence from the manufacturing game could hinder its long-term competitiveness. In a price-sensitive market like India, locally made vehicles will enjoy significant cost advantages. Critics argue that Tesla may have misjudged the Indian market's potential. Though infrastructure and income levels remain challenges, India is one of the fastest-growing auto markets globally. Government incentives, rising environmental awareness, and fuel price volatility have created fertile ground for EV growth. Skipping this moment of policy alignment could be a missed opportunity. Others point out that Tesla's decision reflects legitimate concerns. India's bureaucracy, land acquisition issues, and unpredictable regulatory environment can be daunting. Even domestic manufacturers have struggled with EV supply chains, charging infrastructure, and cost parity. For a company like Tesla, known for its precision and vertical integration, these hurdles could make India a less attractive option, at least for now. Nonetheless, this confirmation is a political and symbolic setback. India had made no secret of its efforts to attract Tesla, with senior officials highlighting their readiness to accommodate the company's needs, within reason. Elon Musk's meetings with PM Modi had even sparked hopes of Tesla becoming a poster child for the "Make in India" campaign in the EV space. Now, the government will likely pivot toward those automakers willing to invest under its terms. The focus will shift to ensuring that incentives translate into actual factories, jobs, and product rollouts. Officials have already emphasized that the policy is not dependent on Tesla alone and that India's EV future does not hinge on any single player. Industry watchers will be keeping an eye on whether Tesla revisits its India strategy in the coming years. Conditions could change. If the market matures, infrastructure improves, and the competitive landscape stabilizes, Tesla might reconsider. For now, however, its decision to sit out this phase could give other players a crucial head start. It's also worth noting the potential backlash from Tesla enthusiasts and consumers in India. The brand enjoys strong aspirational value, and many had hoped that local manufacturing would make its cars more affordable. Import-only strategies may keep Tesla vehicles out of reach for most Indian buyers. As India continues pushing for a transition to electric mobility, the onus is now on those companies stepping in where Tesla has stepped back. The government will be keen to demonstrate that its policies work and that global firms can thrive in India under fair, transparent, and mutually beneficial terms. For Tesla, the focus might shift to strengthening its positions in markets that offer smoother entry paths. But walking away from India, even temporarily, is a high-stakes bet. Whether this is a calculated delay or a strategic retreat remains to be seen. What's clear is that for now, the roads Tesla builds won't start in India.